Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, and Denmark. So we're starting this episode by the greater nobles demanding privileges, and well, we're gonna tell them to fuck off, but yeah, that cost us our stability. But I think we should regain it fairly fast. Yeah, we're gonna get it immediately after the month has passed. God damn it though, greater nobles, you bastards. I'm actually thinking I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna revoke a privilege just for them being such bastards. So once we get the stability back, I'm gonna go ahead and revoke one of their privileges, probably the low tax exemption, because I didn't want to do that due to the fact that we are kind-hearted, but now I just don't give a damn. They want to play rough? We're gonna play rough. Well, our stability is back at 1, so now let's go and punish the greater nobles for their insolence. Partial relaxation of levy obligations. Actually, let's check what those privileges do. This increases estate's influence. All common is banned from officer corps. Tax, manpower, advisor cost. Nobles, partial criminal court. No, we're gonna go with the... Sure, permit some commons in the officer corps. Okay, let's do this one. We don't need the money, nor do they have autonomy, and we don't need the manpower. But this is just gonna be a good punishment for them for being so insolent. Let's hope this is not gonna bite us in the back really severely. I could present them with a magnificent gift or roll cabinet seats. I'm not really interested in that, so let's see how bad they will hit us back. Let's hope it's not furious. Let's hope it's not furious. Let's hope it's not furious. General accept reform. Okay, fingers crossed. Yes! A very interesting event. Craftsmen flee from abroad to Norge-Zealand. In manufacturing centers elsewhere on the continent, great turmoil and decay is causing skilled craftsmen to flee. While they have left their workshops behind, however, they have not left behind their skill. Having heard of the budding new industrial center of Norge-Zealand, they come to offer their skills. Should you give them the appropriate accommodation, they will either substantially increase the speed at which you acquire luxury goods in the province, or will complete the process entirely. So we can send them away and wish them good luck, or we can accept them, which will give us 25 extra urban production skill in our capital, which is actually something that I would really like. Look at that, we get 31.9 currently, and producing 11.75, and we're gaining 10.58 gold in urban production revenue. So let's do this. We now have 56.9, and I wonder if it's gonna increase the revenue from the goods we produced. I'm not entirely sure. By the way, not much is happening. We're just lowering autonomy in Wagram and Storman, and I'm still waiting for the ability to build a trade wharf here, which will actually be really good because the urban gravity there is already 11.15. So with the boost from the trade wharf, which gives 2 extra and 20% urban gravity, it's gonna jump somewhere to like 3 urban development, which would be nice. I was actually thinking that we might want to later build a marketplace in Wismar to boost their urban gravity as well as building cathedrals in both of these provinces, because they could be considered next candidates after Zealand and Skåne as our, future cities. So, did it change the income? No, actually it didn't. It just increases the skill. Well, okay, still it's pretty good. I'm very happy about that. Minor Center of Production, Local Arts and Intellectual Center. Well, apologize for that. The game has crashed right when I was recording, so we had to load the last autosave, and that means that we never really got those new artisans. They never really came to us. Unfortunately, that's the case. So, yeah. It has been an incredibly peaceful couple of years for Denmark. We haven't really had any events apart from Cardinals and a couple of other small events that I showed you many times before, so I did not really bother to record them. Those those guys that would help us with the artisans, that's the word, never showed up, so we're still where we used to be, unfortunately. However, we can now embrace an institution, and I think that it's actually a good idea to do it right now, because if we want to do it after we incorporate Norway and Sweden, we will never have enough money. So I think that I'm going to embrace it now instead of the port, though it's... Yeah, the port would be good, but the autonomy is still dropping, so we really don't need to hurry with that. So let's instead embrace Renaissance as a national doctrine, which will greatly help with our penalty for research. So, we have embraced Renaissance. From now on, we will benefit from construction costs lowered and possible advisors +1. So, institution penalty has dropped to 20%, which means we will soon be able to get the realist policies, level 22 diplomatic technology, circumnavigation of the globe, and barreled rifling. I'm actually building a new caravel in Skåne that will be used to bolster our trade as before. And I kind of think that's a good thing. The next ship, however, will be probably a carrack if we get to it, because after we annex in a year Norway, we'll really have to focus on the integration of Norway and colonization, and for that I might want to increase our navy not just in trade but also in the exact ability to fight. On the other hand, this trade, we're gonna gain a huge boost to trade power in the North Sea. It might then be better to just... well, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if we actually will benefit from the ships anymore, or if there's something else that we would like to do. I'll have to check everything after that is done. Well, but that's a given. Well, only a couple of days have passed and we got an event called Piety Fund. Led by Franciscan and Dominican monks, the Danish Catholic Church has announced the creation of a Mount of Piety. Since the Catholic Church believed that charging interest on a loan was a sin, it made it difficult for Catholics to borrow money. After all, who would lend money when they received no benefit from doing so? Ironically, it was the church that filled that gap by establishing a piety fund, money donated by wealthy parishioners, the Mount, that was lent out by the church to pious Catholics in need. Instead of charging interest, piety funds required borrowers to deposit a valuable possession as a collateral. At the end of the year, the borrower would return the money and receive the item back, or the church would sell the item off. In a sense, a kind of charitable pawn shop. Beginning in the 15th century, many countries experimented with piety funds. Designed to help the needy and avoid the sin of usury, they also had another goal: to reduce the influence of Jews who, since they were already condemned to hell, could lend money at interest to Christians. The system worked only as long as people were honest, so it should come as no surprise that most piety funds went bankrupt after some time. Furthermore, some church leaders consider it to be a legal fiction which followed the letter of the law, but not in the spirit. Applaud the charitable act, We lose 10 administrative power and lose a bit of legitimacy. Pardon me. Pardon me. Or we can donate personally to the fund. We gain 4 legitimacy but lose 57 gold. Or shut it down for straying too close to usury. National unrest, interest per annum. Let's shut it down for straying too close to usury. I actually can't afford the other options and I don't want to lose more legitimacy. We're sitting at nice 61, which is very low, but it's as high as we can get. Request manpower would be kinda cool, but no, I was looking for something else. Oh, 5,000 manpower, you bastards. And what about the burgers? No. I would like to get money from burgers and political support from lesser nobles, but I can't. It has happened! Norway accepted our irresistible proposal of annexation and they are now part of our glorious nation. So we have integrated Norway into Denmark, which brings on a lot of things that we can change. Okay, so for example, I'm gonna make you a state and for all provinces. Okay, can we make another state? Actually, don't care about you. I think this could be an interesting state. And this should be a state. Can we still? Okay, I'm lucky to make you a state. Oh, we can actually make. How many states can we actually make? That's really weird. But yeah, we got integrate Norway as a mission. Norway has long been subject to Denmark, but it's time to annex them directly. So we have completed a mission, and that actually, oh, it changes to Denmark, Norway. So Denmark gets Union of Denmark and Norway for 15 years, giving monthly autonomy change minus 0.05. We have lost some cores, we gained some cores, and we gained 10 absolutism. So that is awesome. So let's unpause it and check out how this is gonna deal, because I'm not entirely sure what the game will do with this. Will they have a maximum? Oh dear lord, ships. Oh dear lord, ships and armies. Okay, I'm really interested in seeing what's gonna happen next. The game will completely recalculate everything, I think. And that's gonna be a mess. But we gained some really nice provinces that would be a real shame to not develop properly. Okay, so brace yourselves for the ass ripping, because this is gonna be major, I think. So what has changed? Nothing. Current estimation. Oh, they all got martial. Okay, it will have to recalculate everything as we go. So unfortunately we won't see it right now, but we have way too many ships. How much are we paying for everything? And 2 big land force limits. So let's merge this. We got a Carrack and a couple of caravels and some Borgavis and barks. Okay, I'm gonna actually take advantage of this. The barks are gonna go to our capital because I always wanted to have more of these. The Carrack. I actually don't want the Borgavis. I think those are useless. Can we sell it to someone? Would, for example, Poland buy these? So ships. They would. Okay, so you can have my 2 galleys for 20 gold. They're yours. Thank you very much. That's gonna help us both. And these caravels are gonna go somewhere, but the question is where. We can send them to the North Sea, which would incur us a penalty. Hansa, that would be a penalty, but we can send them to North Baltic or South Baltic, and that would yield us profit. So let's send them to... Actually, let's split them. I'm gonna send 3 to North Baltic and 2 to South Baltic. It's time that we start protecting our trade there. And we still have 52% here. It's probably due to the autonomy. It's gonna take a while to manufacture everything here so that it works. So I guess I'll get back to you in, say, a year when we will see how the autonomy is. But with this said, we can start integrating Sweden immediately. Base, same religion, same culture group, diplomatic relations. It's gonna take 31 years to integrate Sweden. Great. But we can start the colonies. Okay, so let's colonize Lapland. And let's colonize Davi Sami. These two will colonize immediately. We're starting to gain a bit more money, but not enough. Free shooter, infantry, and gendarme cavalry. We get 17,000 men here. So let's... wait, how many are here? 2 and 1, and we got 8 and 7. So let's send 2,000 men to... Actually, they're gonna be stationed in Arkehus. That's gonna be the place where we'll keep them. And you guys are locked here, so I'll need to put you in there. Okay, so I'm happy with what we can see here, but now we can invest into technologies, realist policies. That's gonna increase our production efficiency by 20% for the next 11 years. Italian statesman Niccolo Machiavelli wrote a treatise on statecraft called The Prince, which was published posthumously in 1532. In it, he advised rulers on how to rule. Specifically, he advised them to disregard ethics and consider only the outcomes of their actions, justifying violence and lies if it benefited the state. His ideas, although shocking, proved inspirational to many. By the way, if you guys haven't read this book, you really should. It's awesome. And it allows Crowned Republic, Administrative Monarchy, and Administrative Republic. I don't know if he can actually now switch to the Administrative Monarchy. We could. All we need is just a bit more administrative power. Well, okay. I think this is a great end for the episode that we have now. In the next episode, we're gonna see how we're integrating Norway and how we're dealing with it and what we can do there and how. Because I'm pretty sure that Arkehus and Birkenhus will be the 2 provinces that I'm gonna focus on the most. Because those are the future big cities that we're gonna have. But I'm also gonna focus on Iceland. I think the southern province is the one we proclaimed as our capital. It is, where we need to upgrade the port to a trade wharf so that we can send our ships to colonize the New World. But you know, the New World project is not really interesting for us right now because we have completely different things to care about, like Lapland, which is gonna be a reward in its own sake. So, see you in the next episode.